The number of older single women in China has exceeded 110 million. Single men. Note, Tianjin has 9 times more single women than men. Girls born in the 2000s are pursuing men born in the 1980s actively, while single older women from the 1980s are marrying younger men. Fair-skinned women offer themselves to darker men for free, while yellow-skinned must pay 388,000. Materialistic women and little fairies now say they don't need a car or house and offer themselves. As long as it's a man, it's fine. Capitalists, please stop overhyping. I'm 38 this year, just let me be with my current state.
Even a dog would probably shake its head at me. I went home for a blind date during the new year, and it failed again. People think I'm too old. No matchmaker came to my house for a blind date.
Sigh, I'm really done for now. It's all fallen apart. I now feel it's not just that no one wants me, but even my existence in this world feels a bit redundant. I'm already 36 years old. In the dating market, I have no value, no reproductive value, and my emotions are unstable with a bad temperament. And I don't have much money either. In other words, I can't provide economic value, emotional value, or appearance value. So it's only natural to be rejected, isn't it? But
how am I supposed to carry on living? Being an older single woman isn't really about jumping. It's not about jumping a lot, it's more about graduating at around 25 or 26, getting a stable job, and then slowly considering having children. But before you know it, things fall apart. It's not that we don't want to have children, but the societal pressure is too great. We have to support ourselves, and before you know it, you're just trying to make ends meet, saving up for a deposit on a house. Before you know it, things fall apart. It happens really quickly. Don't criticize others. Your daughter might end up like me in the future. By then, others will criticize you for being unwanted. Will you be fine if there are no electricity or leftovers? We leftover women born in the 1980s are actually victims of the times. It's not that we want it this way, you know. There's nothing we can do. This is just how society is now. Many people criticize you. Some even think you're a weirdo. I think I'm perfectly normal. Why do you all think I'm a weirdo? Is it really the case that a hard-working, ambitious woman who secures a stable job in a big city through her own efforts, without relying on a man who has a stable job and income and can buy a house through her own diligence, should be ostracized by society for being such an independent and strong woman? To be subjected to such harsh words from society, I don't understand. You know, I really don't understand your perspective. If I just wanted to rely on a man, I could do so through marriage, find someone with good financial standing, and I wouldn't need to work hard myself. Such a strong and independent woman is criticized like that in today's Chinese society.
I don't understand lying at the feet of a fairy. An old lady argued with an old man, and in the end, Core just left. She even left her daughter's CV here. Those uncles were speaking so harshly, saying her daughter couldn't get married. Just look at that. Beijing 1985, single, 1.6M tour, masters, state enterprise, 300k salary, homeowner, retirement for 1980 to 1990 born, single divorced, no kids, height 1.7M, masters preferred. Stable job, prefer civil servants, annual income good family. Steady, attractive.
Friends, are these requirements excessive? 35 years old, unmarried. I'm planning to leave the dating market. I'm not playing with you anymore. 35 years old, such a great age, good looks, good figure, and a bit of money. Emotionally valuable, both gentle and considerate, understanding and not demanding. How is that not good? Being constantly criticized by you all has made me start to doubt myself a bit. HMPH.
Exiting the fragrance market, bolstering confidence. In Chengdu's matchmaking corner, the number of women has already filled up, and they are no longer accepting new women for matchmaking. There are hardly any men left, with the matchmaking ratio between men and women reaching a stunning 1 to 50. This is very strange, as many women say, we are now independent, free. I have many choices, I can choose not to marry. So why are there more women wanting to marry than men? Currently, in China, there are about 110 million single women of marriageable age. Even if most women don't want to marry, there are still at least 50 million, and these 50 million women have requirements for a house, a car, and savings. A salary over 10,000, height minute 1.7 meters. Men under 1.7 meters are considered third-class disabled. Under 1 million men in China meet these conditions. I can very responsibly tell these women that it's less than 1 million because I work as a wedding host. How are the conditions for men? Actually, I'm very familiar with it, given that I've interacted with so many newlyweds. I know it well, which means out of 130 million suitable men, only less than 1 million are considered marriage material in the eyes of women.
In New York, it's an astonishing 1 to 50 or even more, 50 women competing for one quality man. In China, the number of older single women has already exceeded 100 million, far surpassing 30 million. After seeing these figures, single men are bewildered, and even the older single women themselves are stunned. There's even news of single women born in the 80s moving into retirement homes in Wuhan. This is a true story. Friends, while some older single women are still fantasizing about meeting a domineering CEO who falls in love with them despite power and water cuts, they are unaware that a large number of post-2000s women have already started competing for men. Why has this situation arisen? It's the result of capital's frenzied promotion over the past decade. But why hasn't capital promoted men in the same way? Initially, capital promoted both men and women together, using an indiscriminate approach in their advertising. However, capital quickly realized that men were very rational, and only women were willing to listen to their promotions. As a result, capital had no choice but to abandon indiscriminate advertising and focus on the female market, launching an aggressive promotional campaign. This led to the emergence of various themed Valentine's Days, like the first cup of autumn milk tea and the 520 festival. Women's Day was also changed to Goddess Day, Queen's Day, and Girls' Day, with all sorts of festivals. Moreover, capital aimed to coerce men into spending recklessly for women. Consequently, older single women would hear phrases like men are responsible for earning money and supporting the family, while women should be beautiful like flowers. If you truly love her, give her your card to spend. Women should treat themselves well. As long as you dare to spend money on your appearance, there are no ugly women, only lazy ones, and so on. This has led to the current situation where women spend money extravagantly. The result of mutual comparison. Clothes, perfumes, bags, and cosmetics must be from big brands. They never consider how many men can actually afford such reckless spending, leading to increasingly high standards for choosing a partner. The first criterion they think of when choosing a partner is money, believing they are naturally like a phoenix, and that no man around them is worthy. Some even go as far as expecting men to pay for everything. For those not appealing, it's free. For the appealing, it must be 388,000. This led to a group called gold diggers, Jemay, and little fairies. Unaware, successful men prefer younger women born after 2000, and ordinary men aren't interested. Overvalued by capital, they can't reach high or settle low. Now state of older single women.